everyone! So for today's card, I'm using the new Simon Says Stamp Road Trip Stamp Set and dies that just came out in their new This Is the Life release. So I'm inking up this awesome little station wagon stamp with Hero Arts black ink and stamping it onto the coordinating die cut that I die cut from some heavyweight Copic quality white cardstock. And then I'm inking up the little set of luggage with the same Hero Arts black ink and stamping onto its little die cut. And I'm going to use my Spectrum Noir pencils to color in these images. So I just grabbed the Essentials set and using my odorless mineral spirits and a blending stump. My odorless mineral spirits are the same ones I've shown in my Prismacolor video, which as always, if I remember, I will try to link to it in this video. But they're the Grumbacher ones that I picked up at Michael's. Spectrum Noir has released their own blending solution, which will be the same idea, like artist quality. Mineral spirits, it's hard to get, and a lot of retailers, they can only ship within their region because you can't ship liquids internationally unless you use like UPS or FedEx, and then you're looking at a fortune in shipping. So you just got to look around for them. Definitely check out Michael's. I know a lot of people have said they can't find them. Last time I was at Michael's, they still carry them, at least at mine. You just kind of have to look around. They're not usually where they think you are. They're in the fine art section, usually hiding on a lower shelf. Yeah, I talk about it in the other video. So all I'm doing is just adding some of the colored pencil to the image and then the little Spectrum Noir blending stumps and the odorless mineral spirits and just breaking down, it just breaks down the wax basically in the pencils and allows them to blend. So I'm totally coloring the station wagon like my old family wagon that we had way back when I was quite young. I will never forget my parents taking me on, we went on a camping trip to the Rocky Mountains when I think it was like 9 or 10, something like that. And yeah, we had this awesome white station wagon with the wood paneling on the outside. It had like red interior. I can't remember if it was leather or not. I just remember the interior was red. And I took up the whole back seat, the one that faced backwards. That was kind of my domain. I just remember like laying back there and reading books like the whole trip. And if you guys could have seen us, we were probably like the craziest bunch of rednecks. My dad literally had a good 6 to 10 feet of all our stuff piled on top of the wagon. We did not have a roof rack or anything else. He just piled up our tent, our coolers, our accessories, all 3 kids' bikes, everything, tied it down with like rope and bungee cords and a tarp. We barely made the clearance for semis under, I remember us going through McDonald's and they had a clearance for, you know, however many feet to fit under the roof to get through the drive-through. And we literally barely made it with like 2 inches. Everyone had stopped their vehicles and was just staring at us. And at the time I was too young to realize we probably looked like a bunch of idiots. So it was a fun trip though, like 2 solid weeks in the Rocky Mountains. So yeah, and all the campsites were taken when we arrived. We ended up camping in literally a truck stop campground on the side of the highway. It was nuts, but it was so much fun. And it's been like 20 years and I still have some crazy memories from that trip. So the biggest one was, yeah, the wagon with the just stuff thrown on top and tied down with rope. It was nuts. So totally coloring this car to kind of match the old wagon. I think ours had a white top, not the dark brown, but taking a little creative licensing here. And then I colored, of course, all the little luggage, and then I'm going to blend all that out as well with the odorless mineral spirits. So really, really simple, easy to do, and yeah, I definitely recommend trying out the odorless mineral spirits. I have had people asking, like, you know, oh, they can find like, you know, paint thinner at Home Depot. Please do not use that kind of medium for your blending. That is so bad for you. The reason why I recommend, you know, the Gamsol brand or the Grumbacher, the Spectrum Noir, it's artist grade, it's finer quality. It doesn't contain a lot of the bad stuff that's in like full-on paint thinner that can be really hazardous to be breathing in. So yeah, definitely look for artist quality odorless mineral spirits. I've said before, I've never tried the baby oil technique, and I've never tried the Goo Gone technique. I can't stand Goo Gone. I think Goo Gone's hazardous for you too. So try it if you want. I'm just happy with what I use. So once I was done coloring and blending everything, I've got my card base, which is a 4-bar sized card base, so 3.5 by 4 7/8. And I just line it up on my paper trimmer to score it at the 4 7/8 because my little score buddy doesn't have a score line at 4 7/8. And then I die cut a piece of MFT snow cone cardstock with the MFT Stitch Circle Stacks Dynamics. And then I created a little highway with one of the Simon Says Stamp road trip dynamic dies, sorry. I die cut a piece of black cardstock with it, and then I die cut some yellow cardstock, so I have all the little center pieces. And then I just adhered a piece of typing paper behind it, and then I can just adhere all these little yellow centers here. And I'm just using my little quick stick tool, which has that like sticky tack adhesive in the end there to pick up the little yellow pieces. So it's all adhered. I've got this fun little highway. And then I die cut the sun with the same set of dies from the same yellow cardstock. And then I'm just inking it up, the sun stamp, with some MFT Lemon Drop ink and stamping it on to that. And then this is actually, I guess, the exhaust for the car, and there's actually a little coordinating die as well. But I thought it worked perfect as a little cloud. So I'm inking it up with some white pigment ink and just stamping it along the top here of this snow cone die cut. So I've got these fun little clouds just in the background, just a little something extra. And then I'm going to adhere my little highway here. And this nice thing about having a 4-bar size card is I can have all this stuff like hanging off of it, and it'll fit in a standard A2 envelope, no problem. So I decided to pop up the wagon and the little luggage with some foam tape. So I'm just going to trim a little bit down there and adhere that really well with foam tape. And then I was going to do the same thing with the sun so that it's kind of popped up as well, because I thought I might as well go all out and add up a little bit extra dimension and stuff. And again, since I'm going to use a regular A2 size envelope, you can add a little more dimension and have things hanging off the card, and it's all going to fit in the envelope, no problem. So pop the little wagon into place, and then I'm going to pop the little luggage right on top of it there. And now that I'm looking at this, I should have stamped and die cut like 6 of those little luggage pieces and then covered it with like some blue cardstock or something to kind of look like our old family wagon on our crazy trip to BC. And oh yeah, it was memorable to say the least. Totally forgot about it though until the set arrived, and immediately when I looked at the station wagon stamp, that's the first thing I thought of was the trip and the chaos, and just it was interesting to say the least. So anywho, I popped the main die cut there onto my card, and of course had all the little edges hanging off, which is just fine because it'll fit in the envelope. And then I inked up another stamp from the set, and I'm going to stamp it on the inside of the card. And then there's a little tiny little heart die cut there's a little heart die in the set as well. So I die cut that from some red cardstock, and I'm going to adhere that. And that's all there was to it. So as always, there will be a link below the video to my blog post with links to all the supplies and the pictures and all that fun stuff. So make sure to check out the description box below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and thumbs upping my videos. I really appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!